Gemini, and welcome to Coleman Tarot. My name is A.T. Coleman, and this is going to be your reading for the month of August. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Gemini for August. Gemini. That's going to be the one. All right. All right, you have the Fool. Then you have the Seven of Swords. Then you have the Princess of Swords. The Ten of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Prince of Cups. The Three of Cups, and then you have your outcome is the Princess of Pentacles. Very nice. Okay. This is the stuff that is hidden from you. Now, we're starting off the month with the Fool, and this card is about starting off something new that you don't really know everything that you're doing. You don't really know what to do. You don't really know how to do things perfectly. You're just starting out, and it's okay to make mistakes when you're just starting out because the Fool card is about enthusiasm and optimism and having an idea and really running with it. Okay? This is a great card for starting a business or starting a new relationship or just trying something new that you haven't tried before. And this person's really dancing because they're so excited about it. All right. Then you have the Seven of Swords, and this card is about being victorious, but you kind of have to do it behind everybody's backs because maybe people aren't on board with what you're doing. Maybe people don't agree with you. So you're gathering your stuff and you're doing what you need to do, but you're not really telling everybody what you're doing. You're kind of doing it in the dead of night, and you're kind of the moon there is there to tell you that you're following your instincts. So you're doing what you think is right, or you're doing what you want to do, and you don't necessarily have everybody's backing or everybody's permission, and you're just saying, I don't need it. I'm just going to do what I want and gather my stuff and not really announce everything that I'm doing. Okay? Over here you have the Princess of Swords. Now, the Princess of Swords is about somebody who is taking action, somebody who is very intelligent, and they're just going out there and they're just doing it. Usually the Page of Swords, usually the Prince of Swords is about somebody who is charging to the rescue, and the Page of Swords is about a minor disappointment. But the Princess of Swords is kind of in between those. And this is about somebody who is taking action, and if something disappoints her or stands in her way, she's not going to let it stop her. She's just going to keep going. And the crows are there to say, keep going. You can do this. You got this. And the person's just saying, if an obstacle comes up, I'm just going to keep going because I'm smart enough and I am brave enough to keep going through any adversarial things that are happening. And that's like this card here. Like that's I mean, it's not like this card. It's like step 2 in this card because this is step 1 where you're the Fool and you're just starting out, and this is step 2 where maybe you fall on your face and then you get back up. This is somebody who doesn't fall down and say, oh, I'm going to lay on the ground and have a tantrum. This is somebody who trips and then says, I'm getting right back up because I've got stuff to do. I'm smart and I'm strong and I'm going to keep going. All right. So step 1 and step 2. And over here we have the Ten of Wands. Now this is a card about somebody who they have a lot of work and they're almost done. Like look at this guy. He's practically dragging this entire pyramid by himself. Okay? He's just like, he's saying, this is a huge burden. I got to get this done. This is driving me crazy. But the good news is that he's almost there. When you get to the 10, you're almost done. You're just about to complete this big project or this big thing that you're doing. And you want to take off and start the new thing, okay? So you're like, oh, I got to get this done because I got to do this. I want to try something new, all right? So you're almost completing something, all right? You're probably going to complete it this month. Maybe at the beginning of the month, you're just starting off and you're saying, oh my gosh, I got to get this done so I can do this thing. Maybe you find this new thing first, and then you're saying, okay, I want to do this new thing, so I'm going to rush and get this done, okay? And this person, look at their face. They're just like, you're just like really reaching for the finish line. You're really trying to get there. Now, over here we have the Hanged Man. This card is typically upside down where somebody is taking time out to check out a new perspective. But in this deck, it is about somebody who is going through an ordeal in order to pass a rite of passage. So this person is taking the next step. And I think that's what this is. I think this is an ordeal where you're finishing this so you can move on to the next step. Whether it's a relationship or whether it's a job, you're completing something because you want to move on. You want to move on to the next step. And that has to do with this as well. You're saying, I'm not gonna let something stop me. I'm gonna keep going. I'm going to, even if it's tough, even if it's rough, it's actually making you better. It's making you stronger, and it's making you wiser. That's what this card is about. It's about going through something so that you can come out the other side. In the traditional sense, it would be like as a man or as a woman, you go through this rite of passage so that you can become a man or you can become a woman. In this case, you're doing all this stuff and you're getting stuff done so that you can take the next step in your life. Move on to the next chapter. All right. Over here you have the Prince of Cups. And this is about romance, somebody putting their stuff out there and saying, putting their heart out there and saying, this is how I feel. This is about you telling people about your feelings. Sometimes it can be about you having feelings and you keep them hidden, but usually this is about you revealing your feelings and telling somebody if you like them, or telling them, you know, this is how I feel. And it can be other things as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be romance. You can just tell somebody, look, I care about you. You're my best friend, or blah, blah, blah. But usually it's about romance, okay? Usually it's you putting your heart out there and being romantic. And then I think your outcome is it's the Princess of Pentacles. Okay. So this is definitely somebody talking about their feelings and somebody having very deep emotions. All right. And there's two princesses here. So there's the prince and there's two princesses. So it might be that you have feelings for two different people, and they're very different types of people. And I think it's because the Princess of Swords is about somebody who's very smart and taking action and just like gung-ho. And this is the Princess of Pentacles is someone who is very reliable and more not really rushing out and taking action, but they more like build their stuff at their home, you know, like they're more like, I would say more sweet in building stuff and being reliable. Okay. So they're very different people. So you might be interested in two different people, and you might be telling one of them how you feel, or you might just be keeping it to yourself. Okay. Then we have here as your obstacle, we have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about a celebration, a party. Usually that's a wonderful thing. But in here, you can see here, these three women are kind of like standing around this statue of this guy, and they're all saying, "Oh my gosh, we love this guy. He's so amazing, he's so great." And it can be like that's who you are, whether you're a male or female. It can be that you're putting your heart out there, and then you're kind of like attracting all these different people, and you're kind of deciding, you know, it can be that there's like competition there for one person, because you have the two princesses and the one prince, and then you have here your obstacle is that there's a party with three women and one guy. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same sexes as the ones on the card. It can be that there's, you know, two guys and there's like one girl who has their heart out there. So I think this is about competition. I think this is about extra people in the mix, okay? Extra people in the mix relationship-wise, with this being your obstacle. All right? So be careful if you are partying that you might be drinking too much and then revealing your feelings here with the Prince of Cups. You might be drinking too much and then telling people, you know, I really like you, and I like you, you know. Or it can be just that you that there's a lot of people competing over one person, okay? Two or more people competing over one person. Now, your outcome is the Princess of Pentacles. This is about somebody who is, as a relationship, this is about somebody who is very, as I said, reliable and sweet and things like that, and very like they have their own life. They're really in charge of their life, okay? As a career-wise, the Princess of Pentacles is about good news financially. Very good news financially. And you see she has the baby there. She's pregnant. But this is about being pregnant with financial issues. This is about being pregnant with, you know, like you're growing something amazing financially. And this is good news, okay? So as an outcome for the month, it's good news financially, and relationship-wise, it is a solid, strong partner, okay? So you might be having a choice between partners with this one over here as well. You might be starting out on a new relationship with the Fool card. And if it's not about relationships, because it's about different things for different people, it's also about overcoming obstacles and not letting them trip you up. This person is refusing to be tripped up. If anything bad happens on the road, she just keeps going. Okay? Also, don't forget that you have this as an obstacle, a little bit of competition, a little bit of partying going awry a little bit. And then we have your outcome is the Princess of Pentacles. Okay. Good news financially. The things that are hidden from you are the Princess of Wands, another princess. So you have the 3 princesses and the 1 prince. That's the problem. That's the same thing in the party card, and it's the same thing on the table. 3 princesses and 1 prince. Okay, the Princess of Wands. Now, the Princess of Wands is about good news passionate-wise, good news relationship-wise, or good news career-wise, but not just a regular career. It's something you really passionately care about. So good news and good news. Good news financially, good news career-wise, or good news relationship-wise. Good news. Then you have the 4 of Pentacles, and this is about being financially secure but holding onto your money a little bit too tightly, being a little bit worried about your money. You have enough, but you're just stressing about it, and stress is not a good idea when it comes to money because then you block the flow. So if you want your outcome to be good news financially, relax about your money. Don't be so tense about it because then you're gonna turn it into the 5 of Pentacles, which you don't want. If you relax, you can turn it into the 6 of Pentacles, which you do want. Now, the 9 of Wands is the last card that's hidden from you. The 9 of Wands is about having a lot of work to do, taking something you're really passionate about, as you can see here with her, and using it to guide others. It's not like that in every deck, but in this deck, that's how it's been coming up for me, is that it's taking the thing that you're passionate about and using it to guide others. Okay? And the 9 of Wands, traditionally, it's about having a lot of work to do. But you're passionate about it because it's a wand. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you your spiritual card for the month. Here we go. The Owl. Wisdom and deception. Wisdom and deception. Now, I think this has to do with, here, the Princess of Swords is, she's taking action, but she's very wise. And the deception, I think, has to do with this. 3 partners and 1 person. 3 princesses and 1 prince. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 3 women and 1 man. It can be 3 men and 1 woman. I think that you need to really be careful about deception. Make sure that you're not deceiving others. And if you're playing the field, and make sure also that you are wise to what's going on. If somebody comes to you and says, oh, here's my cup, you're the only one. Just be really careful and look around and make sure that there's not 2 other princesses there like waiting in the wings, okay? Now, here we have, and the same thing work-wise. If somebody says to you, oh yeah, I'm only doing your project, I'm only working on your stuff, but then you find out that they're also, like, you're in a line with 5 other customers ahead of you, okay? So just be careful of that. Here's your fate card, Medusa. Jealousy leads to downfall. Jealousy, okay? Just because there's 3 other people in the mix doesn't necessarily mean that your partner is cheating. It can just be that they're just around. It could just be friends or whatever. This is saying jealousy leads to downfall. So be careful not to be too jealous. You can investigate and find things out. But this is telling you not to just be jealous unnecessarily. Make sure you are wise and make sure that you, if you suspect someone of cheating or you suspect someone of career-wise, if you suspect someone of doing suspicious stuff, make sure you have evidence before you accuse someone because you need to be smart, okay, with the swords there. All right, and your outcome is, don't forget, good news financially, and you also have good news work-wise. Okay, have a great day.